Good evening. Hello, I'm Mr. Packham. I think it's time for the drama webinar about scholarships, drama scholarships, musical theatre and technical theatre at Malvern College. We have, first of all, I should say, this is not a pretend backdrop. This is the Rogers Theatre that you can see behind me, and I've managed to squeeze in this Zoom call, this Zoom meeting between just finishing a lower sixth play rehearsal of The Comedy of Errors, Shakespeare's The Comedy of Errors, and in about 45 minutes time, a high school musical rehearsal for our senior play. So I'm hopefully going to have some time to explain about what we do in the drama department. Drama scholarships, what we're obviously looking for is people who are ambassadors for the subject. It is just like you would have in sport, academia, and music, drama. We are looking for excellence. We are looking for pupils who are going to grow and express themselves as theatre practitioners. We don't know whether they will eventually go on to work in the creative industries. It's more about the confidence, the team building, and the qualities that you would expect of a drama scholar. So at 13 plus, we offer drama scholarships, and also at 16 plus drama scholarships. And the umbrella term of drama scholarships, as I said at the beginning, that includes the option to kind of major in musical theatre or technical theatre. Majority of our drama scholars are obviously actors and performers, and they get involved in a range of activities. Clearly, the pandemic has been challenging for everyone, and indeed the drama department here and drama departments around the world have suffered. I'm particularly proud of our the provision that we managed to achieve, the opportunities we gave to our pupils. We managed to do some online performances. We did 3 major productions on the stage here in the Rogers Theatre stage. This time last year we did Hamlet. We also did Sister Act as a musical, and we did a production of Holes, the Louis Sahar American teenage novel. Sadly, they didn't have live audiences of parents, but we had a school community who came and watched those productions and cheered on the actors and the young performers live in person. Whilst at home, we were broadcasting the performances through 4 cameras. We've also done online musical theatre solos, but most of what we're about, of course, is live performance in the on stage. We have a drama scholarship. What happens at the drama scholarship day, the audition, is we ask candidates to prepare a speech, a pre-prepared speech that they've worked on, that hopefully is going to showcase what they can, their talents, what they can do, they feel comfortable with. But amongst that, we also spend time working in improvisations. Sometimes those are spontaneous, meaning I ask them to think quickly off the top of their head. Others are prepared. So they were working in small groups, working within a group environment. They'd have 20, 25 minutes to work, devise something, work creatively with other people they don't know, and then present their devised performance. We also ask and interview what previous experience they have. And this is an opportunity for us to really see, are they just, what we're looking for is candidates who are clearly thrilled to be involved in the whole theatrical process. Perhaps they've worked backstage. Perhaps they have assisted putting out the chairs at their prep school. Perhaps they have made the program. Perhaps they've made the poster. But also, they have shown a talent on stage. We have currently, throughout the 5 years of the school, I'm thinking approximately in each year group, there is around about 7 or 8, I would say, award holders. And there is an expectation that they will take drama GCSE. We obviously offer GCSE drama and A-level drama and theatre. It's not an absolute requirement, but the vast majority clearly go on to study GCSE drama and A-level drama. They take, drama scholars will play an immense role in a production. Sometimes they might take a production out because they may be an actor and therefore they're not necessarily musical theatre, but they will play a major role. And also they're expected to play a major role in the house drama competition. We weren't able to do this for the first time last year for obvious reasons with the pandemic, but the house drama competition, this is where 11 boarding houses, each boarding house will prepare a short 20-25 minute performance, completely chosen, cast, rehearsed, directed by their peers, and then we award trophies for best actor, best director, best entertainment, best play, best technical, best ensemble. So there's a whole range of awards to reflect the pupil work that they do. And this is obviously the pupils driven to compete and perform as well as they can. And the drama scholar will clearly play a major role in that, whether that is on stage or in the sixth form. They will be the instigator of the house drama. It is possible at Malvern College to study speech and drama lessons. Very much like you would learn the flute in music, you can take peripatetic lessons in speech and drama, working towards LAMDA Awards, London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, which, if you didn't know, is a drama school in London. And pupils, we do 2 LAMDA speech and drama examinations every academic year. We do one in January, one in May, and we are bowled over by the talent that our pupils have. They excel themselves in speech and drama, and this obviously goes hand in hand with the GCSE and the A-level work they're doing, which is perhaps more group-based. Speech and drama tends to be solo and duologue. We also have the opportunity, again, we haven't done this recently because of COVID, but the local speech and drama festivals we've competed in very successfully in sections on Shakespeare, poetry reading, poetry recital, improvisation and script work. It's a really thriving, busy department. When we have prospective parents coming, looking round, and the tour guides, every day the theatre is looking differently. The stage is developing. The set is basically is being constructed. Last week we had 3 major audition sessions, as I mentioned, for Comedy of Errors, this term's productions, Comedy of Errors, High School Musical, and a remove play that's a modern play called Second Person Narrative, which is about the story of one lady's or girl's life and all the characters that she meets throughout life and death, really. And that's going to be performed in January. So our busy program starts with just before half term in October, the lower sixth play, moving on to the all years musical in November. Then in January there's a remove play. In February there is the house drama competition. In March there is normally a scholars play, Again, we had to abandon our one. We were in heavy rehearsals for Pride and Prejudice was our scholars play, and then COVID hit. So we've had to put that on the back burner. We may do a scholars play this year, or it may turn into a kind of drama, speech and drama, monologue, duologue showcase. We haven't decided yet. Depends how restrictions kick in. And then in the summer, we do an FY, the year 9, and the remove plays January, but we do an FY foundation year production in May. Drama scholars also, if they're not in, for example, I mentioned the foundation year play, if they're not in the, obviously are in the lower 6th or they are in the 100, they will be asked, and they are very keen to operate as front of house staff, for showing people to their seats, helping with programs and things. And there's a real tremendous buzz. If you are coming to the college, do come and visit us in the theatre here. Often on tours, the visitors only see the main auditorium where I am and the foyer next door. But if you are a potential drama scholar and mad keen on the theatre, I'd be delighted to show you our makeup room, our costume store, our props store, the speech and drama room. There is I think it's safe to say there is a complex here. There is a massive theatre complex of many rooms, small rehearsal rooms, studios, and we're fantastically refurbished, and in the last couple of years, the theatre has undergone quite a major refurbishment. If I just tilt my screen a little bit, I don't know how much you can see of the stage lights, and I'm not sure you can see much, the tension wire grid above my head. So we are very well equipped for technicians. There are no ladders involved. To go up there, you climb up a gantry and walk around, and can easily focus and rig the stage lanterns. And that's a tremendous activity that we have a theatre crew that happens on a Monday and a Wednesday afternoons. And we've got a very dedicated crew who then obviously are the crew for our major productions. Last year, our sister act musical was very satisfying to have our lower 6th and upper 6th performers on stage, yet the sound and the lighting and the microphones were all being operated by, would you believe it, 13-year-olds who absolutely loved it, but they had been trained. I think I don't know if there's any questions at all. I think I've covered most things. We've talked about speech and drama. Dance, I mentioned, we don't actually have a dance scholarship, but clearly musical theatre comes under that umbrella. And so a musical theatre drama scholar, we would be obviously looking for someone who is, as they call it in the industry, a triple threat, an actor, a singer, and a dancer. They don't have to be somebody who moves. Clearly, we are staging musicals that involve choreographic numbers, routines. And so musical theatre is very competitive in that sense. We also, I should have mentioned, we have showcases. We tend to call our musical theatre one, we have an evening where we call it a night at the musicals. And this is an opportunity for our top performers to perform a solo. Recently, we had a concert where they chose to do, we actually entitled it Roles We'll Never Play. And the idea of that was that, say there was a male who wished to sing On My Own from Les Miserables, or I Dreamed a Dream, and likewise females could sing Males Bring Him Home from Les Miserables, for example, and the pupils really enjoyed that, and that was a tremendous evening. So yeah, drama scholars there is a myriad of opportunities to get involved We are very proud of operating as a professional theatre. And since our refurbishment in 2018, we have a very special building to stimulate creativity of our pupils. I'll just pause in case there's any information that anyone would like to add or question that they might have. I will just while to finish off, perhaps, I don't know how much you can, if I just walk around a little bit, the technical desk is up the top there. Hopefully we stay, I'll just show, because I mentioned about theatre technicians. Where am I? Can we see there? I don't know. We've got a fully computerized lighting desk and a digital sound desk and radio mics, microphones, projector for pupils' work for projections and lectures and things like that. I've got a question here that how do international students join the audition? I've just had a rehearsal, for example, with of Comedy of Errors, and I would say the cast is very internationally mixed. The Duke of Ephesus in the play is she's an IB German student. We've just cast High School Musical. We've actually doubled up the part of Gabriella and Troy to give more people opportunities. One of the Gabriellas is English from Shrewsbury, and one of the girls is from Thailand. Actually, sorry, Malaysia. So that is possible that they do audition, and it is fantastic when they do, because there are some very talented international students. Many years ago, when I did South Pacific, I don't know if any of you know Rodgers and Hammerstein's musical South Pacific, a German pupil was Nellie Forbush, being very American. So I hope that basically we're looking for the talent. The internationalness of the pupil is not taken into account. It's not just English shows and pupils can't get involved. In the past, we have had, and it'd be quite nice to resurrect this. I don't know if we can. We've had in the past some of the modern languages department, the German department particularly, have staged a play in German, and we had surtitles projected. Maybe that's something we can bring back. But yeah, there's lots of opportunities for, in fact, coming back to the sister act that I talked about and saying that the foundation year pupils were on the lighting board. The lighting operator is from Russia. They get involved. There's no compulsion, or they must do so. They flock here. They come here because they want to get involved in what I hope is a very buzzing creative department. Any more? So I misunderstood the question. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So the scholarship pre-pandemic has always been live in person at the college. Clearly, as with every business in the world, moved online. We actually had to do the whole scholarship process for the 13+ pupils and the 16+ online last year. through Zoom. And that actually went extremely well. The shame was, of course, that people couldn't interact. As I explained about the Drama Scholarship Day, it's very important about group work, interacting with other people. That wasn't able to happen, but the auditions and the speeches and the interviews obviously were conducted online. For example, we did have, there was a girl in Nigeria who auditioned and did very well and did a fantastic speech. From Medea, I think. There was a boy who happened to be in Mauritius, lucky him, and we watched his. So it is possible. I'm trying to think of some. There was another person who was, I think, in the UK, but they were online. So yes, that does happen. We prefer them to be live here, but we understand that it becomes tricky. I have a girl in the lower sixth at the moment who's doing drama and theatre, and we've just started reading a new text, one of our first set texts, and there's 5 of us in the room, and we're reading around the room, and we're playing the characters, and she's joining in, reading. She's actually using a Kindle to read the text, because the text, it's illegal to photocopy, but she's managed to buy it, and obviously we give them a copy here, but I'm not posting one to Nigeria. She's managed to find it on Kindle, and so she's saying the lines along with us. So I suppose what I'm saying is now the world has shrunk because we can all be online. But I hope that answers your question. We also have on the scholarship day, there is an opportunity during the interview with me, and they fill out a sheet where they explain their drama experience, what they've been involved with, whether that's within school, outside of school. And it's really important that they have that interest, not only in school, but outside of school. We can tell pupils who have just attended theatre trips organised by a school, and drama scholars who are keen, who've gone out of their way to see things or be involved in things outside of school. One of the big things, I am a passionate I'm a passionate believer of live theatre, live performance, and so it'd be great if people can talk passionately about a production that they have seen in a theatre or whatever. Got a question: any major criteria in the assessment of the scholars? My answer to that would be flair. Is the person in front of us doing a speech, are they convincing, and do they just come alive? It's a cliche, but do they have that X factor? We can very quickly tell pupils who have been expertly coached by their drama teacher, and it's all a bit mechanic and a bit lacking in emotion and clarity, but it's meticulously prepared. And then, of course, there is the candidate who, flair is the best word I can really use. I hope that makes some kind of sense. It's not just my judgment, I should say. I have my colleague, Miss Holyhead, Leanne Holyhead, who is principally the musical theatre and the choreographer, but does the speech and drama as well. So we kind of, it is remarkable that we're very much on the same page each time. And also we have in the audience with me, watching the solitary speech maker, we have our drama scholars, our current drama scholars watch, and then we kind of see what they think. And so it's a kind of collective departmental decision. It's not just me playing God or playing Emperor Nero or something. We like to come to a collaborative decision. So yeah, the best thing I can really say is, my goodness, that speech came to life. That speech I believed in what the situation was. I believed in the emotion. It just worked. And the performance needs to be, or the audition should be, as if performing on a stage, that role as it would be on the stage. We throw the stage lights on people, and that does sometimes throw some people. The true drama scholars, they thrive on that. So flair, I know that's, it's flair really. Has that candidate just got it? I hope that makes some kind of sense. Flair, as you would expect, for a sports cricketer or something, I suppose flair is a little bit of a different interpretation with rugby or something, but flair, can we genuinely, do we believe? The other thing I should say during the audition, so the pupil has been prepared and they are presenting their performance, and they do it as they've been working on it for 3-4 weeks or something. I then throw deliberately something difficult at them by asking them to do the speech in a different way. I'll give you an example. Midsummer Night's Dream, a pupil a couple of years ago did Bottom's speech from Midsummer Night's Dream. Very funny. We all laughed. It was very over the top and exaggerated and appropriate for Midsummer Night's Dream. I then asked the candidate to redo the speech. And of course, if you know Midsummer Night's Dream, Bottom, the character Bottom, thinks he's really good at acting, but he's terrible. And that's why the audience are laughing at him. And the king and the Duke of Athens is laughing at him. So I asked him to do the speech again, because the character Bottom thinks he's playing a great tragic hero. So I said, now don't do it as if you're trying to make us laugh. Try now as if you're trying to make us cry at the desperation of your character. And that sometimes some pupils just do the scene exactly how they had prepared it, perhaps with their teacher, and they can't change. This shows that they can't take direction. They can't adapt. They are stuck in one way of doing something, and they're not prepared to experiment or try things. So I hope that makes some kind of sense. They can't prepare for that. They've prepared their speech, but they don't know. Another time I asked somebody they were doing a teenager speech, stroppy teenager or something, and I asked, could you now do it as if you're 3 years old and having a temper tantrum? So they never know what's going to be thrown at them, and a true drama scholar will be able to bounce off that and go, yeah, I can experiment with that. So I know that's possibly a long-winded answer. Anything further before? I think we've conscious of time here. And my cast will be arriving shortly for a rehearsal. Okay. So please do come and see us at the Rogers Theatre at Malvern College. If a candidate is interested in the scholarship, I'm sure all the admissions department can forward all the necessary requirements.